Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, November 11, 2020. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now it is time for the new comic book video. A lot of really nice books to show. I also picked up a pop last week that I didn't get a chance to show, and I've picked up a couple of vintage books that I will show at the end of the video. So let's jump right into it, shall we? First up, Detective Comics 1030. Kind of a cool looking cover right there. Fix this here. Hawkman 29. This is the final issue of Hawkman. There were two covers. I only picked up cover A, and like I have stated in past videos, when there's a last issue, it tends to be a little bit more short printed than the others, so I picked up a couple of those, or actually one, just to make sure I had it. The big book that came out today, Punchline Number One. A lot of different covers, a lot of store exclusives. This is the only one I picked up. There is going to be a ton of these books out there, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of value, I do not believe, for those of you looking for that value. But there are the typical speculators running around trying to grab all the different variants and store exclusives to get them up there and try to make that fast dollar. I just don't think there's going to be anything there long term. From DC, Death Metal, Infinite Hour Extreme right here, and this is a first appearance of a Batman Lobo character in this universe that they call the Frazetta Batman. So I picked one of those up because it's a new Batman. Never know what it's going to do, but Death Metal's been a pretty good storyline. They're just coming out with way too many of them. And I don't pick up a lot of Star Wars books. I picked this one up because there is a first appearance in this one. This is Darth Vader number 7, and it is a first appearance of a Sith assassin by the name of Ochi of Bastogne. Ochi of Bastogne, first appearance of a Sith assassin. So Star Wars has a gigantic following, and anything like that that might be used possibly down the road, maybe in The Mandalorian, which is a fantastic show, or something, in another book. You never know. From Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man 52. Now, I haven't been buying these, but there was something at the end of this book, if you do not know, that may or may not do something with this book. Of course, this was, advertised as a big fight scene at the end. You can see them fighting, and then right there, the last page, someone is getting their neck snapped. Now, we don't know if it's a neck snap. We don't know if it's going to be the end of the character, which I doubt very seriously. But it held enough, intrigue for me that I picked a couple of them up. That was Amazing Spider-Man 52 right there. And then I picked up the B cover, which I actually thought was a really nice looking cover right there. There was that. That was it for the mainstream DC and Marvel. Of course, DC is getting ready to redo all of their stories again, which I think is a huge mistake. And quite frankly, I'm not really looking forward to it. It's just going to, save me a lot of money down the road because I am going to continue buying the independents and maybe, one or two of the new storylines on certain characters, and that is it. You just need to stick with one story and run with it. So, jumping into the independents, from Dynamite, they did some zombie books here and some just really fun things. This is number 2. It's a 2 of 5. This was a Spider-Man homage right there. Of course, done by Sudam. He's done a few other things. I'm not real wild about his style, but I am really, I bought this because of the Spider-Man homage, so there was that one there. I picked up a really nice Perillo of that here. And then a couple of just real fun ones. This is kind of a Cat in the Hat right there. Red Sonja, Cat in the Hat. You can see her being chased right there. I thought that was kind of funny. And then a Charlie Brown Peanuts homage right there. And that's what I picked up on those there. $3.99 price point, really cheap, so I was happy with that. Book that I had been looking forward to. And again, this is a real thick book from Antarctic Press, and this also had a $3.99 price point. This is a book called Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. It is a 3-part series. This is part 1 right here. Now, apparently they're saying it is based off of a true story of a girl in late 70s, early 80s. And then in the back of the book, you can kind of see a picture of the girl that they based it off of right there with the famous black bars across the eyes. So I haven't had a chance to read it, but you know what? It touches bases on a lot of things. And so I am looking forward to it a lot. So Hot Valley Days, Cocaine Nights. It is a 3-part series. Really nice cover on this one. And the next 2 covers are also really nice. The cover number 2 is taken, I guess, from her perspective watching television. She's got a line of cocaine across her breasts and looks like someone's ready to do a little bit of coke. So I'm going to pick up those as well. A book that a lot of shops didn't get in, or they got in damaged. This is Miskatonic #1 from Aftershock. I was only able to find one of these. Apparently, one of my regular shops I go to didn't get a lot of their books in. They were really shorted on things like Strange Academy, Miskatonic they didn't get in, and a few other things. So again, leave it to Diamond to really do a shitty job of shipping books because, you know, they just don't care. And then finally, this was a good story. Unfortunately, it took so long between issues that I think it lost a lot of its luster. This is Rags #7. This is 7 of 7, the final one there. The character I thought was really good. I thought the story was really good. But again, like we have stated in the past, if you have a storyline that is really good, if it takes forever for issues to come out between issues, it hurts the story because people lose interest. I think this is what happened with Rags because I thought it had the opportunity to really do something. I was picking these up. I was real hot and heavy on the first issue because I liked the concept, but unfortunately, it didn't do a whole lot. And then finally, no introduction. These were blowing off the shelves too. Second print of #9, Something is Killing the Children. As far as I'm concerned, story of the year, the hottest book around. Everybody's, you know, saying it. I was on this book from day one. I told everybody about this book from day one. Now everybody's trying to grab it. Why people wouldn't grab the second, third, fourth printings of these when they come out, I have no idea. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, it's a 3rd and 4th print. Have you seen what the 3rd and 4th prints go for? Because quite frankly, the print runs on those are super, super light. And that book is holding tremendous value for those of you who are trying to flip and make really quick money. So there was that. That's what I picked up today. Not a huge pickup because, like I said, I'm kind of watching what I am buying, but some really, really nice books. Last week, I picked up a pop that I forgot to show. This is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. As you know, I love that type of, you know, movie genre and stories. And I picked up Spiky from Killer Clowns from Outer Space right there. They're going to come out with 3. They have Jumbo and Shorty. Shorty was my favorite. If you saw the movie, Shorty was the one that was on the little tricycle, punched the guy's head off. So I'll be grabbing that. So there is that there. And then, of course, the other ones there. So I will buy pops like this. And, of course, Spiky has his little balloon animal right there that he's doing. Really good detail on this pop. I really liked it. So that was a no-brainer when I picked that up. And then finally, I picked up a few vintage books the last week or so. And again, this is nothing that's really expensive books. These are just mid-grade books that are really nice. And again, if you have the opportunity to buy them at a good price, you should buy them. So I thought I would show these. Of course, I've re-bagged and boarded all these, and they always look fantastic. But the grades I give them are very accurate grades. First one I'm going to show you, Man-Thing #2. This is the first appearance of Richard Rory. This is from 1974. And this is, I gave this a 7.5. Really nice book right there. Really clean. So there was that there. I absolutely love Man-Thing, Swamp Thing. I love all those right there. Next one is a mid-grade 6.0. This is Astonishing Tales featuring Kazar, #12. This is the second appearance and origin of Man-Thing. And this also has a Buscema cover. And the artwork inside on some of the stories is done by Neil Adams and John Romita. What more do you need to get that book? It's a cool cover right there, battling the big alligator, Kazar and his trusty saber tooth. And then again, looks really nice in there. Had a little bit of spine issues. I gave this a 6.0. But again, second appearance of Man-Thing, Neil Adams, Romita, and Buscema. That's a triple crown right there, so I'm all over that. So there's that there. And then a couple of things I picked up from my friend Brian over at Cosmic. These are just mid-grade. When I say mid-grade, these are in the 5.5 to 7 range, mid-grade. But again, really inexpensive books that look really nice. They present really well. And, you know, if you can find books like this, $10, $12, $13, why would you not buy these? This here, first one up, is from 1970. This is The Incredible Hulk, number 130. Herb Trimpe did the cover. There's that right there. Looks really nice. There is that there. Next one up from 1971. Again, another mid-grade Herb Trimpe cover, or Trimpe, however you want to pronounce that, and Kirby art on some of the stories. This is The Incredible Hulk King Size Special number 3. Really, really nice right there. Classic Hulk look for that right there. These are tough to get because the square bound on it, and there is a little bit of issue with the square bound. You can kind of see, I don't know if that's, sorry about the glare on that. There's that there, but otherwise, it presents really, really nice. It looks really clean. The interior pages are really nice. But again, my grades are accurate with what it is, so there was that. And then finally, a book I picked up, which, you know, I liked it. This is another mid-grade book. It has a little bit of waving on the page up here. You know, maybe if it just sits in the box for a while, it might straighten out a little bit. If not, it's still a really nice book. This is Fear number 3. This is Kirby Ditko cover and art, teaming up to make a classic book right there. So there was that there. Great cover. You can kind of see that style right there. Again, another book that's really, really nice, presents really, really well. For the most part, the spine, the square bound, looks pretty good. Again, sorry for that horrible glare. This Mylar really pops on that, but that's just another really good book. Again, books that aren't expensive, that look really, really nice. If you know, if you're going to sell at a show or something like that, throw them out on the table, let people look at them. Things like this will bring people to your table because they look really, really nice and high grade. You know, and again, I'm a tougher grader than most. My friend Brian over at Cosmic, he does a really good job grading as well. So we kind of agree on that. Today is Veterans Day, so I want to say thank you for your service to all those veterans out there. I served as well. My son served. My grandfather served, as well as my great uncles. So I come from a military background, and you know, very proud of my service. So I wanted to go out there and say thank you to veterans out there who have served this country. I talked about last week on my last video, kind of about, you know, people kind of take it the wrong way about, you know, thinking that I was bashing Comic Tom. I really wasn't bashing Comic Tom. All I was saying about Comic Tom, and I watch his videos, I like his videos, but they're not giving you information. We talked about, you know, guys, you know, people who are the channels that give information to collectors about books that are coming on down the line. I've done that with a lot of books. A lot of you have made mention of that to me, you know, on that, as, you know, relates to books like Ice Cream Man, Something is Killing the Children, you know, Canto. I mean, these are books that I was on and gave to people, you know, 2 months before they even came out. In the last video, I gave a couple of other books that are coming out in January. Touch base again, Aftershock Scout's Honor, Aftershock I Breathe the Body, which is kind of a Hellraiser storyline, which I can't wait for. And then the one I'm really looking forward to is a book called Serial from Abstract Studio, about a 10-year-old serial killer. The cover was really nice. I hope the story is really good. And then Image coming out with another take on Ice Cream Man called Ha Ha. Now again, all these come out in January, and you know, not everything is going to be a home run, but these are books that I think are going to be really, really good. I think it's going to interest the masses of people who enjoy putting books away, because if you've seen, you know, what the first prints of Ice Cream Man and Something is Killing the Children are doing, those books are going absolutely insane right now. I'm not saying that these books here are going to fall into the same, you know, category, but you know what? Books like that from small studios or independent, you know, studios, they hold their value in the long run a lot better than a lot of these new Marvel DC books that come out, because they make so many of them at Marvel and DC. There's tons of covers. A lot of these independent books, for the most part, 1, maybe 2 covers on something, and the print runs are really low, makes people want them, because unfortunately a lot of people don't buy the independent books. They stay with the mainstream, and by the time they decide that they want it, or the book gets hot, or they see things like Comic Tom or some of these other channels that say jump on a book that's already been out for a month, and is no longer cover price, but is now selling for, $25, $30, $40, $50 and up, it's too late. I like to buy the independent stuff. I like to give you those information. And again, not every book that I tell you guys, is going to be a financial take. When I say that, it's just books that I'm looking forward to, books that I enjoy to read. Things like Leave on the Light, which, I thought was a very, very good story and still is a good story. I love Devil's Highway. Dark Red, the vampire storyline, which I thought was really, really good. Those are things that I like. And so I just give those to you because this channel isn't about, trying to get people to make money. It's just, people who enjoy watching videos about people who are passionate about the books. I'm very passionate about the books. I like to show things, whether it be movies, a pop once in a while, vintage books, new books. I enjoy that. I enjoy the feedback I get from you, the customers, or not the customers, excuse me, you, the fan base. So I thank you for that. That's pretty much all we have this week. Again, I'm going to try to get more videos out. I'm trying to find my new groove. I'm going to be able to do a video every Wednesday, it looks like, with the new schedule I have at work, which is good because I'll be able to get my comic books the day of. But my purchases are going to be much more smaller than they have been in the past for a while, until everything kind of settles down here in Las Vegas. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for the for subscribing to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. If you think somebody might like the channel that let them know about it, and hit that little bell so you can hear the notifications when I put up a new video. But pretty much that's it. Again, if you're a veteran, thank you so much for your service. It does mean a lot. Love this country like a lot of you do, and it's because of veterans that we enjoy the freedoms that we have. And so let's just keep loving that flag. So that's pretty much all we have. I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you real soon.